Master your mind and never lose focus again. Stoicism. In the chaos of daily life, the ability to focus can seem like a lost art. You sit down to work, but distractions pull at your mind like a ragged thread. The Stoics teach us that our thoughts are our most powerful tools. As Epictetus wisely says, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle serves as a foundation for mastering your mind. Imagine this. You are in a meeting, listening to colleagues present their ideas. As they speak, your phone buzzes with notifications, drawing your eye. The room may be filled with chatter, but inside, your thoughts spiral towards the chaos of your to-do list. You feel the weight of distractions tugging you away from contributing meaningfully. In this moment, you recall Epictetus's lesson. You take a deep breath, steady your shoulders, and choose to focus on the present. How often do you find yourself swayed by external noise instead of centering on what truly requires your attention? In that meeting, could you remind yourself that control lies not in the distractions, but in your response to them? By choosing to focus on what you can influence, you reclaim your mental space. Now envision the moment after the meeting. A colleague asks for your feedback, but your thoughts are scattered, still lingering on the notifications you ignored. You realize that losing focus doesn't just impact your work. It can erode relationships, leaving feelings of disconnect. Do you see how staying present can deepen your connections and enhance your contributions? Stoicism encourages you to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. You cannot silence the phone, nor can you control the thoughts that drift in during the meeting. But you can decide where to place your attention. By training your mind this way, you strengthen your ability to maintain focus amidst myriad distractions that life throws at you. Throughout the day, consider this. What situations consistently steal your focus? How can you reclaim those moments? As distractions arise, ask yourself, am I allowing these to dictate my actions? It's in these reflective moments that you can redirect your energy back to your priorities. For the next 24 hours, practice this principle. In each situation where distraction threatens to pull you away, whether it's a buzzing phone, a crowded place, or even a tense conversation, remind yourself of your power to focus. Let this simple exercise anchor you amidst the storms of everyday life. Now, before you embark on this journey of mastering your mind, I have an important heads up. Many subscribers have reported being unsubscribed from this channel without warning. Check the red button below to ensure you're still subscribed. I wouldn't want you to miss any future Stoic lessons. And while you're at it, please hit that powerful like. It helps a lot. Lastly, drop a comment telling me which city you're watching from. Let's build this amazing community together. Your voice matters. As we sit with your thoughts, let's dive deeper into the essence of Stoicism. You've felt that pull of distractions, and now it's time to explore a transformative understanding behind them. Imagine walking down a busy street. Cars honk, people chat, and life buzzes all around you. It's overwhelming, right? Yet within this chaos, you can find a stillness. This is the crux of Stoicism. The external world is chaotic and unpredictable, but your inner world? That's where you hold the power. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. This quote from Seneca encourages us to embrace the present fully. Every morning is a fresh start, a blank slate. But how can you begin to live this way when distractions seem relentless? Picture yourself waking up to a flurry of notifications. Each ping feels important, demanding your attention. But consider this: what truly requires your focus today? What if you viewed your day as a series of moments, each deserving your presence? Begin with a simple practice. When you wake up, take a moment to breathe. Inhale deeply. Hold it for a second, and then release. Repeat this a few times. Notice how your mind quiets, how clarity begins to emerge amidst the noise. This is not about blocking distractions, but about changing your relationship with them. As you go through your day, ask yourself, am I reacting to distractions, or am I choosing my response? When your phone buzzes during that important meeting, rather than letting it hijack your attention, remember, it's just a notification. It does not define your priority. Reflect on this. How often do you allow your emotions to dictate your actions? Perhaps it's frustration when a colleague interrupts you, or anxiety over an upcoming deadline. Stoicism teaches that these reactions come from within. You have the power to oversee them. Now, think about those moments when you're scrolling through social media instead of engaging with your loved ones. What purpose does that serve? Are you seeking connection, or are you hiding behind the ease of distraction? These questions nudge you to dig deeper. As the day unfolds, experiment with staying present. In a crowded cafe, focus on the smell of fresh coffee. In awkward silences during a conversation, embrace the pause. Notice how each moment stands alone, bearing its own weight, its own beauty. In your next interactions, engage fully. Maintain eye contact, listen actively, and offer thoughtful responses. Each connection deepens your relationships, not just with others, but with yourself. You'll find that the more you practice this presence, the less weight distractions hold over you. Embrace this journey. Recognize that mastering your focus is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Each day is an opportunity to sharpen your mind. So what distractions will you challenge today? How will you reclaim your focus? As the storm of daily life rages on, remember, your attention is your greatest asset. Cultivate it wisely and watch your world transform, one mindful moment at a time. As you continue on this journey of mastering your focus, let's take a moment to reflect on the core Stoic idea: resilience. Life will always throw challenges your way. The question is, how do you respond? Think about a tough day you've had recently. Maybe it was filled with stressful meetings, unexpected problems, or a long to-do list. In that moment of chaos, did your mind spiral, or did you find a way to anchor yourself? This is where resilience comes into play. It's about bouncing back and choosing your response, no matter how tough the situation. Now, let's break this down. Imagine you're faced with an obstacle at work. Maybe a project is falling behind, or a colleague gives you critical feedback. Instead of letting frustration wash over you, pause for a moment. Breathe. Acknowledge the feelings that arise, the annoyance, the stress, and then let them go. Ask yourself, what is within my control? You can't change the past or the actions of others, but you can decide how to move forward. This is exactly what Stoicism teaches us. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength isn't about ignoring your emotions. It's about understanding them and letting them guide you, not control you. Throughout your day, think about ways to build this resilience. When challenges arise, make it a habit to take a step back. Identify your feelings, then focus on solutions. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," shift to, "What can I do right now to improve this situation?" You'll notice a shift in your mindset. You become proactive instead of reactive. Let's take this further. Picture a moment of conflict, perhaps a disagreement with a friend. It's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment. But Stoicism encourages a different approach. Before responding, reflect on what truly matters. Is it proving your point, or is it maintaining the friendship? By doing this, you choose to focus on what's important rather than getting lost in distraction and emotion. And remember, it's okay to ask for help. Stoicism isn't about going it alone. It's about understanding your strengths and limitations. If you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to a friend or mentor. Sharing your thoughts can often bring clarity and relief. As you practice this, you'll find that resilience becomes a part of who you are. It's not about being perfect. It's about growing stronger each day. Allow yourself to stumble, but always remember to rise again. Now, think of one small challenge you will face today. Whether it's at work, home, or in a conversation, how will you apply resilience? How will you choose to respond rather than react? The beauty of being present lies in your ability to evolve through every experience. Embrace this mindset. Each moment is a chance to strengthen your focus and resilience. Let this chapter inspire you to keep moving forward. With each step you take, you're not just mastering your mind, you're transforming your life. In the next chapter, we'll explore how gratitude can enhance your focus and deepen your connections. Until then, keep practicing, keep reflecting, and remember, you hold the key to your own peace and clarity. As we dive into this next chapter, let's talk about gratitude. This simple practice can significantly enhance your focus and enrich your life. When we focus on what we appreciate, we shift our thoughts from distractions and negativity. Think about it. How often do you find yourself fixated on what's going wrong? Maybe you're stuck in a negative loop about a work project or a challenging relationship. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by everything piling up. But what if you could turn that around? What if you could find peace and clarity by simply acknowledging what you're grateful for? Start with a small daily routine. Each morning, take a moment to think about 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be grand. Maybe it's the warm coffee in your hands, a funny message from a friend, or the beauty outside your window. These moments of gratitude remind you to focus on the positives, even amidst chaos. Imagine you're facing a stressful day. You have back-to-back meetings and deadlines looming. Instead of letting anxiety take control, pause. Breathe and reflect on what you're thankful for. This simple act can break the cycle of worry. You shift your focus from pressure to appreciation. Gratitude also anchors you in the present. When you appreciate what is in front of you, You become less distracted by what could go wrong. Think back to those moments of self-doubt or frustration with a colleague. It's easy to spiral down that road, but by recognizing something good about that person or situation, you regain control. You create a space where positivity can flourish. Now, let's explore how gratitude can deepen your connections. When you express appreciation toward others, it builds stronger bonds. Maybe you thank a colleague for their help on a project or acknowledge a loved one for their support. Each expression of gratitude opens doors to deeper relationships. You show that you see and value the people around you. Take a moment to reflect. Who in your life deserves recognition? Reach out to that person today. A simple message, "Hey, I just wanted to say I appreciate you," can go a long way. Not only does it lift their spirits, but it also reinforces your mindset of gratitude. As you practice this, notice how your focus shifts. Instead of feeling burdened by distractions, you will start feeling lighter. You will find that gratitude helps you stay resilient when life gets tough. It becomes a shield against negativity. Every evening, end your day with a gratitude check-in. What went well? What small moments brought you joy? This practice helps you reflect and unwind, preparing your mind for better focus the next day. In the spirit of resilience we discussed earlier, gratitude is a powerful ally. It supports you in bouncing back, reminding you of all the good even in hard times. It's a way of actively choosing what to focus on. So here's a challenge. For the next week, commit to being grateful. Start your days with appreciation and end them with reflection. See how this impacts your focus and relationships. Notice how your perspective shifts as you embrace gratitude in your life. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the role of mindfulness in achieving clarity and focus. Until then, keep practicing gratitude. Remember, each moment is an opportunity to shift your mindset and enhance your experience. You're on this journey, and every step counts. As we move into this new chapter, let's focus on mindfulness and how it can guide you to better clarity and focus. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment. It helps you become aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. In our fast-paced world, this awareness can be a game changer. Think about a time you felt truly present. Perhaps it was during a walk in nature, sharing a laugh with a friend, or enjoying your favorite meal. In those moments, distractions faded away. You were completely in it, not worrying about the past and not stressing about the future. This is what mindfulness offers, a chance to experience life fully. To start bringing mindfulness into your daily routine, let's begin with something simple. Try setting aside just 5 minutes each day. Find a quiet spot, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Notice how it feels as it flows in and out. If your mind drifts, and it will, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This practice doesn't require any special skills, just a willingness to be present. As you cultivate this habit, you'll notice how it affects your mind. In hectic moments, whether it's work stress or personal challenges, you can find a space to breathe and reflect. Instead of reacting impulsively, you create a pause. This pause allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than reflexively, aligning with those Stoic principles we've discussed. Now, let's apply mindfulness to your everyday activities. When you eat, just eat. Enjoy the flavor of your food, the texture, the aroma. Put away distractions like your phone or the TV. When someone is speaking to you, really listen. Look them in the eye and hear their words without planning your reply in your mind. Give them your full attention. Not only does this strengthen your connections, but it also helps you absorb the conversation better. Throughout your day, take note of your emotions. How do they influence your actions? Let's say you receive critical feedback at work. Instead of jumping to frustration, take a moment. Acknowledge how you feel, whether it's anger or disappointment. Then ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This shift from reaction to reflection can empower you to grow from challenging situations. Also, remember that mindfulness can transform stress into peace. If you're feeling overwhelmed with a long to-do list, break it down into smaller tasks. Focus on completing one thing at a time. Celebrate small achievements. This practice reminds you that you are making progress, even if it feels slow. Imagine ending your day with a short mindfulness reflection. Before you sleep, take a moment to think about what went well. What made you smile? What did you learn today? This not only helps you unwind, but also fosters gratitude. You connect with the positive moments, reinforcing your focus on what matters. As we wrap up this chapter, remember that mindfulness is a skill. Like anything else, it takes time and practice. But every small step towards being present counts. Each moment that you choose to focus on is a moment where you reclaim your power. In our next chapter, we will explore how you can integrate these practices into your relationships. Relationships can be complex, but with focus, gratitude, and mindfulness, you can navigate them more smoothly. Until then, keep practicing these techniques and enjoy the clarity they bring to your life. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the office floor, Jonathan felt a swell of uncertainty. He had been practicing the principles of Stoicism for weeks, focusing on mindfulness, gratitude, and resilience. Yet the tension in the air was palpable. A major project was nearing its deadline, and the stakes had never been higher. He looked around the room, his colleagues deep in conversation, their faces etched with stress. In that moment, Jonathan recalled the teachings of Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. He took a deep breath, reminding himself that while he couldn't control the project's outcome, he could control his response. As the meeting began, Jonathan committed to being fully present. He resisted the urge to check his buzzing phone. Instead, he actively listened as his team discussed their challenges. They spoke of late nights, missed deadlines, and mounting anxiety about their performance. Jonathan saw the strain on their faces and recognized the power of gratitude. He mentally noted each effort made, each little victory, and realized the importance of acknowledging them. With a clear head, he became determined to steer the conversation toward solutions, not problems. "Let's take a moment to share what's working," Jonathan suggested, breaking through the tension. A few surprised glances turned his way, but he held steadfast. As team members began to share their wins, small as they may have been, the energy in the room shifted. Laughter broke through. A sense of camaraderie replaced the looming dread. Jonathan smiled as he watched his colleagues open up, realizing how gratitude transformed their shared experience. With renewed momentum, the team shifted focus to their hurdles. Jonathan navigated the conversation with care, encouraging them to express their concerns while guiding them toward actionable solutions. When a colleague, Sarah, hesitated, voicing her worry about missing an important detail, Jonathan chimed in. "I believe mistakes lead to growth. Let's discuss what we can learn from this together." The meeting closed on a hopeful note. Jonathan felt a sense of accomplishment. He had applied mindfulness and resilience to guide his team through a critical juncture. A few days later, the project was completed. Not without challenges, but as a unit, they had grown stronger. The applause from leadership echoed around the conference room, but Jonathan's mind was on the bonds he had cultivated. He knew reaching this moment required a shift from a mindset of distraction to one of appreciation. As he stepped out into the evening light, he felt a lightness in his step. Later that week, he decided to reach out to Sarah. Inspired by his recent reflections on gratitude, he sent her a simple message. "Hey Sarah, just wanted to say I appreciate how you handled the project. You brought up some important points that really helped us." To his delight, she responded immediately, expressing her gratitude in return. This small act deepened their professional connection, something that had once felt so distant. Jonathan recognized that the practice of being present and expressing gratitude was changing his relationships for the better. Having seen the positive impact in his work life, Jonathan ventured further. He began to implement these values at home, practicing mindfulness during family dinners, encouraging gratitude within his household. The atmosphere shifted. Conversations became richer, laughter more frequent. As he sat down one evening with his wife, they reminisced about the journey they had undertaken. They discussed past struggles and victories, acknowledging how each moment contributed to their growth as individuals and as partners. The chaos of life still existed, but now they faced it together, armed with focus and acknowledgement. Jonathan's journey illuminated the path ahead. He realized that the journey of mastering one's mind was ongoing, filled with learning and adapting. Every day presented opportunities to practice presence, gratitude, and resilience. As he reflected on his growth, he felt a sense of peace. He understood that serenity wasn't a destination, but a continuous journey. Equipped with the philosophies of Stoicism and the support of his community, Jonathan looked forward to each day with an open heart and mind. Do you want to keep advancing on the path to serenity? If you subscribe now to the channel to receive the next Stoic reflections firsthand, click like if this content helped you grow. In the comments, share the biggest insight you took away. Your experience may inspire other seekers. And don't hoard wisdom. Send this video to at least 3 friends who need inner balance.